Hello. Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, thanks for the reminder to register for the World Senior. Problem is I have to pay like half my expenses or hotel and entry, and the money is not in place yet, so cannot register yet till the money's ready. All right, but thanks for reminding me. I did ask everyone to remind me. The deadline is September 15th, so we're good. We got 3 weeks to go. We're having the chess Olympics here next month in Hungary, and they're having some open tournament next to it, like a side event. And I looked at the list, and of course it's like just Hungarian kids, you know. It's not a chess tournament. That's not interesting. All right. The chess Olympics would be kind of a big circus, but it would be nice to circus atmosphere. But it would be nice to see some people I haven't seen in a long time. Man, my ragweed allergies are back with a vengeance. It's red again. We had a little bit of rain and I was like totally better. But now it's been another 4 or 5 days with no rain, and I'm getting like crushed. I'm sneezing constantly. All right. So I apologize, guys, if we're gonna start having sneezing attacks. But anyway, I started the stream a little early. I'm probably gonna end a little bit early. I generally do like 2-hour streams on Fridays and Mondays, and this last couple Mondays we missed, but we'll try to aim for about 2 hours today. You can't always be live, yeah. No, that's cool. Thanks for watching. I don't think this is a great time slot for people in general, because for North America it's very early, and here in Europe people are still working. So if I had my druthers, I would do it later. And I have done Friday night streams on occasion, but I can't guarantee that. I can't guarantee that all the time. So anyway, we're gonna take some Blitz challenges, just 5. But I'm just hanging out a little early today. I had nothing else to do, and well, actually I have a lot of things to do, but sort of procrastinating them. I moved back to my old apartment, and I'm a creature of habit, and I can't. It's very hard to adjust. It's very strange to be in a completely new place again. It's weird, I should say. Very weird to be back in the. Did I lose my window? No. It's weird to be back in the old place, and now my whole like checkmate 9 for 4. My whole schedule is totally routine. My routine is totally whacked. Everything I was doing for the last year has been changed. I can't go to the same store. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know like where to buy food anymore. Things like that. My whole routine is gone. Anyway, bigger problems than that in life. So, but it's good. It's not 40 degrees. It's 30 degrees here, which is a nice break from the. Hopefully that'll be it for the 40-degree weather. If we're lucky, no more 40-degree weather at all this year. Generally speaking, September is a nice month in Hungary, and it can get hot anywhere, I guess. But man, I've got this really bad allergy. Ambulances, that's the best feature of coming back to my old apartment. All right, we do get a challenge. We got a challenge, 5 + 5. All right. So can we see the board on the right size? Yeah, that's good. And we see the player names. Okay. So yeah, I've played knight f6 almost exclusively. Let's try something different, shall we? Man, I'll tell you guys, I like to play um I like to play casual games like just anonymous games, but it's just ridiculous. Like everyone's cheating in the anonymous games. I play these games with people that are just like half the game my opponent is playing like a 1300 and the other half the moves are like engine number one choice. And just I mean, even any kind of cheating is bad, but I just do not understand. I do not understand the point of cheating in anonymous games where there's no rating points involved. I give up, you know. Why the fuck would anybody cheat if you're not even gonna get, I mean, let alone money? Not even any rating points. It's not even like a rated game. It's an anonymous game. Why are you cheating? Why are people cheating there? That pisses me off. It's like, dude, this is such a waste of time. Why are you wasting my time? They're constantly cheating in anonymous games. It's outrageous. God, and it's hard to figure out for a while. It usually takes me to like move 17 to realize I'm playing an engine. And by then I've wasted like 5 minutes of my life. So what is this? I could play e6 or c6. Normal approach is e6. Not the only approach. So it's basically what this is a Nimzovich defense. Like e4, knight c6, d4, d6. And then white plays d5. And I've played this a considerable amount of times. Usually I don't necessarily get a great position. Here, 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 here. White's playing optimally. This has a better effect against e4 players. The problem is you're playing d4 and you're used to playing the white side of the King's Indian. If I get the exact same position against an e4 player, then they're a little bit more uncomfortable because they're playing with like c4. You'd be surprised how many people do that. You know, it's very strange. It's like if I play knight c5 here, what happens? I don't know, man. All right. What's good, sir? That's a weird greeting, but yeah, okay. Mixing random stories, with educational slow chess. Mixing random stories. Well, I try not to be that random, um, but the discussion of like people playing anonymous, cheating in anonymous games, it's not random. I don't understand it. You know, I want to understand. Like, are they? Is it like a training thing? Do they think that they're learning from playing computer moves or something? Like, oh man, all right, that's got to go. I'm trying to understand. It can't be about ego if it's like anonymous. It used to be infrequent. Now it seems like every other game someone's cheating in the anonymous games. I would just play to like, I just play anonymous games to like practice openings and stuff. You know? Okay. My opponent is a practical player, not a perfectionist. Good morning from Dartmouth. No, Dartmoor. You probably have a Dartmouth. I imagine that's where we got the name from. Now what do I do? Now what do I do? All right, yeah. A5. Hey, you want to give me your darks for bishop? Mm-hmm. Such. Aha. It's unfortunate. Okay. Should I just move my queen to a routine square? Where's my knight going? Good morning. So it's close by. Dart is dart. D'Artagnan. Just go with the flow, eh? My opponent is big on going with the flow. Flow goer. Yeah, does it ever snow in Belgrade? Simul killer, are you serious? Probably not much. But I wouldn't know. It rarely snows here in Budapest, and they're further south, so um although it's not that far. I guess you might occasionally see a little bit of snow in Belgrade in the winter time, but now with climate climate change, probably less. Wait, is a pro. Okay, so what do I do now? Oh no, that's a bad move. I feel like I can see the board better when I sit close. And I normally don't do that. I mean, not really see the board better, but I concentrate better when I lean in. Mm. I really don't know too much about the opponent here. We played twice. But he's fast. Jeez. Yeah, I just don't know what to do. Guess you could play F5. It's pretty freaking risky. But are you threatening me? Not really. Nothing concrete, anyway. This is an unpleasant position for me. I mean, you play like a real pro. And he close boxes a lot. Closed boxes. I should do an unboxing stream. I'm hoping my allergies go away. It got worse again. Oh my god, bro. A pro player. My god. Playing like a GM. Not too many people handle this as well as you did here. White's doing nothing really well, you know, which is kind of the right idea here. You have a space advantage. I think you'll see White played like a perfect game. little bit of tactics, but not too much. So every time I play this opening, I get a bad position. This isn't something new. It is dubious. There's no question about it. But the point of the opening is to get people to overextend themselves, but my opponent is not doing that, you know. I had one player who did f4 pretty early. That wasn't possible in this game. I'm talking about Nimzovich move order, e4 knight c6, d4 d6. I don't know what to do. I've never encountered such precise play very frequently against this. You're 2358 in rapid, 2178 in blitz. 20. These ratings are pretty standard. But normally the bullet players tend to be loose and fast, and he's not. He's playing such a controlled style of game. So we end up essentially, he just doesn't make any mistakes. He's not doing anything, I'm not doing anything, but he has more space. Whatever. For a draw. Just because now it's going to be like, whatever. White is better here, but it's going to, the result of the game is going to be contingent on just blitzing moves and time pressure. And it's not. Oh. Interesting. Huh? That's looking like a good move. Wow. That's not cool. That is definitely not cool. Oh no. This is why I offered a draw, because it's gonna guaranteed be like a shit show. After that, at the end of the game, you know, being played on a high level, you played well. I played as well as I could under the circumstances, and then I offer a draw because we're down to 5 seconds per move. White's just worse here. A minus 1.7. You played very well. C5 is fine. I like how I got a question mark for bishop g7. I should take. Okay, and then what? Take. I'm supposed to take. How is this helping me? How would this help me? I don't understand. Like, I'm just getting crushed worse after that. I do not understand how this capture is beneficial for black. Wow. Oh, goodness. Oh my god. So there's a tactic. Takes, knight takes. And it looks like black's dead, but I have this miracle, bishop e6. And after knight takes e7, this hits your rook. So you're forking me, but I'm hitting your rook. So now you take a rook. That is just like absolutely, just an absolute tactical like anomaly that no way I would find that, or I'd be very lucky to find that with 5 seconds left. I can't play d takes c without calculating all that out. So I'm clearly worse. You made a normal move, but I can take on c5 now. So it's unclear what you should do at this point. Queen b2 right away. Okay, queen b2 right away. Anyway, yeah, I mean it's a good opening for white. Where did we leave book? There's some games here. Book. I don't really understand how there isn't a transposition to the Nimzovich defense here. I mean, this position has to transpose. It's like e4, knight c6, d4, d6. I've played this a lot. d5 here, c4, like g6, knight c3, bishop g7, knight f3, knight f6, h3, for example, castles, bishop d3. Well, the exact same position. Isn't this the exact same position? After bishop e3? Yeah. Arnadov, this isn't the exact same position? Alexandru Mustache. Arnadov versus Peteni Tamash. So that should be the exact same position, right? Yeah. Exact same position. Bishop d3. Now I'm the first person to play knight a6 here. So let's say e6 is better. A little better. All right. Black lost both games anyway, but Peteni's playing weird openings on a regular basis. All right. Richard Brenton, good to see you. Well, I mean, I'm offering a draw because of the time silliness, I don't like playing just 0-5. We're basically playing 0-5, starting at move 20. Okay, it's Blitz. What can you do? It's better than gave you handicap. Well, look, I think that playing against hypermodern openings is not easy, and I played that against some strong players up until 2300. But I always get a bad position or dubious position. The point is that white should overextend themselves. White's supposed to overextend themselves, and you didn't. You played very sensibly. Like a Benoni. I have a pretty good score against Benoni, I would think. Let's try some. Yeah, but Richard plays some weird stuff. He might play something offbeat. Yeah, I just played that Two Nights Tango the other day. I've played it on occasion with black as a surprise opening. I don't really trust it, of course. This is the base of your pawn chain. I had this idea to play this. No, that's not. It's not going to be a normal. Now it's not going to be a normal Monte Benoni. That's a debate, though, whether I should play e4 here or not. E3 is definitely an option. I'm new to playing bishop f4 against Benoni, and so I'm kind of experimenting. But this is different with bishop e7. We're in a very different place now than a normal Benoni scenario. What you doing over there with knight h5? That's nice. Let's do Serbian commentary. Someone Killer, do you think I'm from Serbia? Like, what's up? Are you from Serbia? Do you think I'm from Serbia? You asked about Belgrade. Are you from Serbia? Who's from Serbia? I think Simon Killer thinks I'm from Serbia. Is that what's going on here? You think I'm Serbian? You seem confused. I couldn't do Serbian commentary. My Serbo-Croatian. Oh my god, dude. Why do you think I'm from Serbia? You asked me if I'm from Belgrade earlier. I live in Budapest. Serbia, Hungary, it's all the same. I'm American and I live in Hungary. No, I'm not from Serbia. So I can't do Serbian commentary. Sorry to disappoint you. You may have confused me with someone else. There are Serbian streamers. For example, I don't know offhand, but no one that I can think of at the moment. Tomic is from Montenegro. Oh, that guy. Okay. Yeah. You just lost a piece. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he's new. I don't know anything about this guy. FM. Excuse me with an FM. Unbelievable. I know my rating is like an FM, but I don't play like an FM. Way more knowledge. All right. Backward compliment. I'm still playing like an FM. That's good to know. I haven't degenerated completely. I've been playing like an FM since 1993, basically. And I should have been given the FM title in 1993. USCF fucked up. Didn't apply for my title. They didn't get it until 1995. But FM isn't what it used to be. FM used to be a serious title, and it's not anymore. Not to say that all FMs aren't decent, but it used to be a lot harder to get the FM title than it is now, or at least harder. FM is, I guess all titles are kind of like that to some degree, but definitely not. Samakler, are you from India? The Indian viewers always ask a lot of questions. Oh, did I ask you that already? You're not from Serbia. All right. Actually, all viewers who are like under the age of 14 ask a lot of questions. Are you 12? Let me guess. You're 12 and you're from India. You're a 12-year-old from India. You fit the profile. But But you have good command of a fairly good command of. Okay, well, it's okay to ask questions. 12-year-olds ask the most questions, in my experience. But you're still asking questions at 16. Don't watch YouTube. I hate when the chat's empty too. But I'm not obsessed with it. Everybody needs to stop watching YouTube videos. Okay, or whatever, TikTok. It's like toxic. My kids need to like read books, dude. Read books. You know, it's okay if they're like ebooks, but stop with the videos. It's like destroying people's minds. It's the same thing as like bullet chess and classical chess. Basically, like TikTok videos are to literature what bullet chess is to chess. You know what I mean? So you play classical. If you play classical chess, it's like reading novels. And if you play bullet chess, it's like watching TikTok videos. And it's like mind numbing and makes you stupid. I wish I could get my kids to like read books. But binging TV series is almost as bad. Yeah, I'm just here to lecture you about your life choices. No, but it's connected to chess because we're seeing this like cultural degeneration. Chess cultural degeneration of chess culture. Bullet is fun. Again, taking drugs is fun. You know, probably methamphetamines are fun, but you know, it doesn't mean you should do it. I mean, jumping off a bridge is fun for a few seconds, and then you die. Skydiving is fun. We can't just do stuff because it's fun. I mean, you got to think about the long term. Fast chess is mind numbing, and this is bad enough. This is as fast as we need to play. 3-2. Come on. 3+2. I like to play 3+2. If I wasn't streaming, I would do 3+2. But I need the time to talk about the games. You know, if I try to play 3+2 and I like commentate, it's like kind of a waste. That's why the longer time control. I like Blitz as much as the next person, but we need to discipline ourselves. There's no need for bullet. You know, if you play Blitz, against strong players, trust me, you don't need to play bullet. Yesterday I had this game, really strange game. I played Bishop C4. I never played that because it's not very good, but just thought I'd throw it out there. Your challenge is what? Not showing up. Well, no, there is a challenge showing up, but it's Arse Scratcher. Sounds good. Oh, it's casual unlimited. Jeez, no. We're not going to do that. Okay, Sun Prism, so we've already played this. I think you blocked me or something. Oh, maybe. Why did I block you? I have dementia, so I can't remember. Why would I have blocked you? Oh, maybe I blocked you because I didn't want you in the simul. So you were playing Bullet or something? Yeah, Knight takes e5 isn't really sound. Did I play it against you before? Yeah, maybe I blocked you. Okay, I'll unblock you. Don't take it personally. I'll block people sometimes from not wanting to play in the simul because they're playing simuls too fast or something like that. It's just so I remind myself It's something personal, but if I block people, I'll remind myself not to accept them in the simultaneous. That's basically, although there are people I block for real reasons, obviously. I may occasionally block people for valid reasons as well. So what's up here? The structure. Let me unblock him. Are you simul pillar there as well? What's your handle? Rook b8. Handle. There's an antiquated. Do people still say that? Handle. Like we're like 80s truckers. Okay. Hang on, I know I'm in a game. Lichess. You're not 25-25, are you? Are you blocked? You're not blocked, dude. I didn't block you. So much for that theory. No. Contrary to popular belief, I didn't block you, but I can block you if you want me to. Yeah, I believed you. I believed you. You tricked me. I believed you that I actually had blocked you, but I didn't block you. This is one person I didn't block. Unbelievable. And he thought he was blocked. That's actually pretty funny. Why no knight takes e4? Because of knight takes e5. Well, I mean, are you like closing the window or something? I don't know. It's a Nimzo. No, I can't help you. It's you. It's all on you. Our Scratcher is now rated 5-0, challenging me. Close. But let's try for 5-5 casual. Have I played a3 against the Petrov 4 nights before? Yeah, yeah. I've never played the 4 nights in a tournament game. I'm just gonna go on record. First of all, that comment. The 4 nights with white is something new for me. I never played the 4 nights with white. And I'm not even an e4 player, really. But I do play e4 from time to time. But I always play the Spanish with white. But I experiment with new things. So you play it to the Petrov. I have. Usually. But I don't tend to play e4 a lot. And it's funny, like I was telling one of my students the other day, I am a lot weaker when I play e4 than any other opening. I just have the least familiarity with e4 of all the first opening moves, and my strength seems much weaker. My strength level. 95, bishop e5, f4, and fork. You can do that. You like random chaos. So what am I supposed to? Oh, bishop d2. Now I can't move my knight to d2. Yeah, but that pawn is not a happy camper now. It's like a Hübner Nimzo, basically. Oh no. But Sun Prism is an Sun Prism is an E4 player. What up, William? You know who I'm gonna meet today? A friend of mine I haven't seen since like 2000. That's weird, huh? What a weird feeling, you know. Nothing weirder than seeing someone you haven't seen in like 20 plus years. Well, I mean, I've seen him on like Facebook and stuff, but it's just so unbelievable, you know. You've been alive that long. You haven't seen someone in 25 years. Last time I had an experience like that really freaked me out. It was even worse. It was over 30 years. No, I'm in Budapest. I wish I was in the States. I hate the summer here. It's always hot. I have a friend who lives in Barcelona, and he never gets here. And he just was visiting. So that's cool. I don't get out enough. Queen H5. Right. Jeez. Is my queen trapped yet? How am I gonna break him down, dude? It's really hard to break through here. I'm lonely a lot. You know, living in Hungary is weird. So it's good to see old friends. I mean, this particular friend, we met here. He used to live here 20 years ago. So it's kind of funny. I have no idea what I'm doing. I can't break through. You've created sporgasm. How's the cost of living in Budapest compared to the States? Well, we have very high inflation here. It's like the highest in the Eurozone. I bought a cucumber yesterday for $3. How's that? How are cucumbers running in the States? I feel like I got ripped off, you know? $3 cucumber? That's not normal, right? It wasn't quite $3. It was around $2.80, I would say. That's crazy, right? It's 5 plus 5. No, I mean I got ripped off. Okay, it wasn't I got ripped off. It was like a convenience sort of a convenience store. It would probably be like, yeah, $2 in the market or something. Now, Hungary is in bad shape from the standpoint of economics. They propped everything up artificially here. So we have very high inflation and very low wages. Yesterday I saw somewhere the average wage in the United States was like 80 grand a year or something. It's probably like 10 grand a year in Hungary. I mean, I can understand if it's like an avocado or something, but really? A cucumber? This is a very common vegetable that's easy to grow, and they grow them here in Hungary, so that is crazy. Last time I'm gonna buy a cucumber at that store. Okay, it wasn't like at the greengrocer, and I mean, you know, honestly, but everything is super overpriced here. How about hey, Error 404, how are cucumbers running in Germany these days? I think bishop takes g4 is a bad move. How many euros is a cucumber in Germany? Seriously, I just paid like 2.6. You have them in your garden. 2.6 euros for a cucumber. Kind of excessive. You don't know. Must be nice. Living the life of luxury. Oh no, bishop takes g5. Oh no. But oh no. Poor Sun Prism. He was doing so well. He had completely blockaded the entire board. And then he voluntarily took on g4. I have this joke that I've been doing for a while, Chess Lover, that is my new explanation. People ask me the stupid question about why I live in Hungary, and then I tell them I live in Hungary to pass the savings on the consumer. The rumor is that if I lived in Silicon Valley, I'd be charging $200 an hour for lessons. I'm always changing the reason why I live here. Originally, it was Osama bin Laden or Al Qaeda. I was hiding from Al Qaeda. That was my first, going back to 2004. That's why I came in 2004, to get away from Al Qaeda. And then we had all sorts of reasons over the years. All right. Speaking of Ars, I've been wondering where Ars has been. This guy has 7 wins today. Well, I never wanted to leave the United States completely forever, honestly, but economically it was my only choice, sort of my only choice. I can't afford to maintain it's just too expensive to travel back and forth. If I was a millionaire, okay. I thought about, if I had more money, I would have bought a property in the United States and rented it. But I just can't afford that. Prices like went up. So that's it, man. Rip USA. Now I'm a Hungarian. Rural life. Well, I never really lived rural life. I had suburban life and then urban life. I never did the rural. I could see myself living on, at the farmhouse in the rocking chair, retiring on my porch. But yeah, actually, I lived in a fairly rural area in Massachusetts for quite a while. Fairly rural, not completely rural. I like rural. 700 for a mortgage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Hungary is, well, Budapest. cost of living is going up, but right now, still manageable. All right. Hello. Yeah, thanks to the vegetables, man. I've been eating a very poor diet last week or so since I moved. The cucumber is one of the most healthy things. I've been eating like bread and pasta for days now. Cucumber is a somewhat healthy addition to my diet. No problem at all. Long time no see. Dude, no problem at all. Do you know how much I paid in the co-op yesterday for a cucumber? You don't believe it. I paid like more than double that. I couldn't, I mean, I couldn't believe it. They totally rip you off. Okay, it's a rip off. It's like a convenience store. Sort of convenience store or supermarket. Yeah. That's not too bad. No, it was insane. I couldn't believe it, you know. It was like one cucumber was 1,050 something. It was close to $3 for a cucumber. But down the street is a major supermarket. No problem at all. I was talking about a real supermarket. I like how he says Spar Hungary. Yeah, they've like taken over the Spar now, made it Spar Hungary or something. But it used to be like, I don't know. There was a big fight about Spar. But anyway, so I got ripped off basically. I got completely ripped off. I never buy cucumbers so much, and I just didn't even pay attention. Yeah, it's unbelievable how bad they rip people off here. It's like the local, and then they complain that nobody wants to buy things in the Hungarian supermarket. Their answer is to rip people off. Wonder why everyone's shopping at Aldi and Spar when they charge like $3 for a cucumber at the Hungarian supermarket chain. This game is not very competitive. It's an interesting question though. In the opening, Black played the Damiano defense, and the main line is knight takes e5. But it feels like we're selling out, like Mr. Slow would say, cashing out. It feels like you're cashing out too early. I like d4. It gives Black a chance to play d6. Anyway, Juicebox Wizard. Wow, 50% off sale. All sales valid for pro Soviets only. I like how Modi is visiting Ukraine now, right after going to Russia. That's got to be kind of awkward. Okay. Awkward. Knight f takes e5. Man, Juicebox Wizard, it's a long time no see. People in Hungary are not pro-Soviets, but but there is a lot of disinformation. I'm good. What do I think about Hans Zimmer? I try not to. That's what I think. I thought he was disgusting, like, even before he was a confirmed cheater, to be honest. That's just my personal opinion. I found him, like, repulsive. I guess I just have good intuition. But I found Hans repulsive way before that whole thing, you know. He used to stream and he was kind of just this, like, irritating little punk, you know. I couldn't imagine anyone liking him. Well, I guess Kramnik would train anyone for money. It's not like Kramnik is his buddy or something, you know. Kramnik gets paid. I don't really have any personal feelings toward Kramnik, but it does seem kind of ironic. Kramnik of all people, who's like Mr. like anti-cheating, accusing everyone of cheating, would be training one of the most overt cheaters. I'm not going to get back into the if Hans cheated. I don't think he cheated over the board, but he did cheat on chess.com, and anyone who cheats in online chess, from my perspective, is dead to me from a competitive standpoint, you know. If you've cheated in online chess, you no longer, from my perspective, exist as a chess player. Um, that's how I feel about it, and I always have. You know, it doesn't matter if he cheated. Magnus and that thing, whatever. You know, I don't like the guy at all, and I never did. But people are going to jump on the bandwagon, man. Now that he's successful, so yeah, he's kind of. I always found him to be very cringy and toxic. Yeah. The word of the day is repulsive. Exactly. Exactly. Being a good chess player now doesn't justify what he did before. Well, not for like anyone with any sort of sense of decency, but I mean, you know, in today's world, ooh, I'd rather not talk about it. That's my preference here. Just don't bring it up. The guy clearly wants attention now with this with his new campaign. Yeah, he doesn't seem like a likable person. Kramnik is clearly looking to make money by training whoever. He obviously doesn't care about the moral implications. He would train the devil, I guess. I'm just making random moves. Take your time, Era 404. You don't. No. No, I'm not going to get sucked into a discussion about online cheating. I was talking about it earlier. I get people cheating against me in unrated, anonymous games. Can someone explain that to me? So the point of cheating in online anonymous games is what exactly? It's like a training methodology. Well, that's why Hans was cheating all the time. Yeah, it was training. It was a training system. Okay. Yeah, maybe they're inspired by Hans. No, I mean, but the ego boost. What good is an ego boost when you're playing an anonymous game? There's no rating, and you don't even know who your opponent is. How can that give you an ego boost? I had a funny game for something very similar the other day. I'm just saying that people, if both players are anonymous, that's what I'm talking about. I play anonymous games where both players are anonymous and the people are still cheating. It's insane. And I'm trying to figure out, like, why are they doing that? You know, it's not about money. It's not about like beating a higher rated player. It's not about gaining rating points. It's, I mean, the only conceivable explanation is that it's like, yeah, a training tool. Maybe they think they can get better by watching the computer destroy their opponents or something. But I play these people where it's like they're different. It's funny, there are different strategies. One of them is to like play the third best move every turn. That seems to be very common. They realize that if they play the first best move, you know, they're definitely gonna be suspicious. So they only play like the third best move. Oh, D5, nice move. That looks interesting. But the thing that I find I find amusing is you'll play these games with people where it's almost like they're Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You know, like half their moves are 1300 level, and the other half are like very strong master strength. And it's like you don't think that I can notice that? Like Error 404 not sound has a good inherent kind of sense for the Skavening gun. But yeah, this is the second day in a row I had a game where I played Bishop D1, ironically. And I don't know if I've ever played that in an Open Sicilian before yesterday. Now I'm using it every game. Oh, F5. Oh no. No. Did you calculate the ramifications of that move? How are you going to defend this? Oh, you have knight c5. He has knight c5. It's knight d4, knight c5. What about your knight on b4? That has a way out too. All right, I don't want to allow knight c5. So I have a plan. The other knight. Yeah, super rookie. They're gonna be people who are, including me, who are tilted or tired of losing or they're just in a bad mood. If anyone accuses you of cheating, you just have to take it easy because it's a fact of life now. Oh, he has this move. Wow. The bottom line is that cheating is a fact of life, as Vladimir Kramnik will tell you. And oh, Bishop B5, I totally forgot you had that. And I don't think anyone should take it personally if they get accused, because it's so common now. But, you know, people are bad sports ultimately, and they were before computer cheating existed in chess anyway. Toxic, bad sports. I see it all the time. I see it in poker all the time. Unbelievable bad sportsmanship when I'm playing poker. The other day, I was playing a poker tournament, and this lady who I've known for years, normally she's a fairly normal sport about losing, like accused me of not fair play for something that was completely unrelated, because she was just angry because she lost. You know, I mean, people do that. They're just angry they lost, and so they start to behave like 5-year-olds. And everyone does it sometimes. There's absolutely, yeah, an 1800 FIDE player isn't bad, and they're going to occasionally beat an FM, especially in rapid or blitz, in a higher variance time control. That happens all the time. Michael Adams couldn't beat like a 1900 in a rapid tournament. Oh no. Error 4, what a whoa. What are we doing here? So you've got the people that are just normally bad sports are angry or they're tilted because they lost, you know, and then they're also those people who, you know, they're facing cheaters all the time. So of course they're paranoid. I'm paranoid. I'm accusing people who are innocent sometimes. It's almost impossible not to, you know. So Graham Nick of all people should know. He's Mr. Accusation. Yeah, this move is a little dodgy. Yeah, I can play Bishop C2, I guess. But yeah, he has a strong exchange sack here. Big mistake. You should have played Knight C5 while you still had the chance. Now you can't get your knight to C5, and knight to E4. This is not as good. Knight F8 is not as good. Not even close. Still, it's hard to break through. Look, I admit I'm as much as anybody else liable to be accusing people falsely and tilted. I like that you play viewers so much, even though you're bound to be targeted. Well, that's why I don't play rated games, Sporgasm. A lot of streamers will play rated games against viewers, and you're encouraging people to cheat. So then I would get really angry and tilted when I lost, and I don't want to give any people any reason to cheat, you know. Right. Well, they cheat anyway, but they're less likely to cheat in this condition than give them a reason to cheat. Yeah, rated. I've been playing like this for 7 years. I mean, it's fine. Era 404 has bad time management skills. He doesn't concentrate well enough. He has talent, but he needs to channel it. He was doing well until like move 17 or whatever, and then it all came unglued. I like the opening. And I like that's made. Ooh, it's gonna be made. Era 4 for you play this opening well. You know you do. Where does it come unglued here? On the one played A4. It's kind of weird to combine Queen E1 and A4, I guess. I can't believe there's no gains from this position. That's obviously on lichess there would be, but you had b5 right away. Yeah, I didn't prevent b5. It hadn't occurred to me that you were threatening b5 there. So I should play queen back to d2, but it's like admitting I made a mistake. And so this is controversial, d5, but it's probably okay. And then e5, and knight d7, f4, and then you played the crazy f5. Now here I thought, you're fine after this. Oh, if I had just combined my idea, I would have seen this. Threatening queen takes b4, and then you're forced to defend the knight. Standard user, no rated. No rated. Standard user, flash, ahaha. And sporgasm. Watermelon. Remind me never to buy any vegetables at the store that charged me $3 for a cucumber. Jesus Christ. It wasn't even crisp. You know, it was like soft. Floppy. Alright. Knight d2 is, I don't know, actually, this position. So technically, I learned this from Alexander Ivanov. It's better to play knight f6 and queen e7 than it is to play knight f6 and bishop f5 in this line. Now, I've never had anyone play, well, you can't play queen e7 now because of knight d5. Well, you could play it, but it looks illogical. So this is the original way to play this Ukrainian variation. But it turns out that, oddly enough, queen e7 is slightly better than the move bishop f5. I've played this position with both colors. This is still a very old variation. I had a, speaking of bad sportsmanship, I had this game against a Slovakian guy like 15 years ago. Now, I killed him. Stefan, I think it was Stefan Mazur. He was really, really strange Slovakian IM who behaved really horribly at board. English cucumbers are $2.50, and you live in Alaska. English cucumbers. So we call them snake cucumbers. Hijo uborka. Hijo uborka. Snake cucumbers. I don't know which the English cucumbers are. What is an English cucumber? Native Alaskan cucumbers. Your e4 pawn is not protected. You can still have the g pawn. Yeah, well, Juice Box Wizard, yeah, 50 cents a kilo. That's pretty good. European, longer and thinner. So these are the Kijo, or snake cucumbers. I didn't know they were called English cucumbers. Yeah, I paid $3. Almost Alaskan prices. Nah, but I got ripped off. I just simply got ripped off. I like, no problem at all. Earlier said they're running around $1 at the Spar. I simply got taken advantage of. It's easy to scam me. So innocent and naive. Wow, that's a pawn center now. Now that is a pawn center, my friends. Fleet center. Thank you for the game. I've only been playing a bit under a year. I've been playing for too many years, and I still love it. And the thing about chess that for me makes it special is that I never get bored of chess. Like other things, because chess has so many layers of complexity, and is so limitless, really. So yeah, this is a crushing position, but it doesn't win itself. But with pawn center like this, there's no way that black should survive. 8,000 games. I recommend playing longer games rather than shorter games. Said earlier today, bullet chess is like the TikTok video, and tournament chess is like reading a novel. So we need to move away from the TikTok videos. At least watching. More time is better. The more time you think, the better. The more you think, the better. You need to train yourself to think more deeply. Chess isn't meant, it isn't meant to be like mindless. It's chess. It's chess. I mean, if you want mindless, play tic-tac-toe or something. Now I may be going too far. Yeah, Eric Rosen, I appreciate. I think that Eric tailors his streams toward little kids. His target audience is mostly little kids, and I'm not. I don't dislike kids. I hate their parents. But in all seriousness, I don't target my audience as being for little kids. I train mostly adults. But this this is what I call the sludgy squares. How much space you control with your pieces, not including the pawns. It's not a perfect system. It gives you a general indication of how much space advantage white has here. Oh, Sporgasm in your 40s. Wish I was still in my 40s. Close. Yeah, I just can't believe how old we're getting here. All right, Bishop E3, no. F6, usually a fatal blow. But in this particular position, black's kingside is pretty well defended. So even F6 isn't really a fatal blow. I think I could play that with an impunity. I have a tendency to think too much because of increments. I played my first game with increment in like 2003. Not like my first tournament increment game in 2003. And prior to that, I had never really been the player to necessarily get into time pressure. The problem with increments is that it makes you reliant on them a little. The standard user is has a very strange style. Oof. All right. I'm gonna drop a pawn somewhere around here, like right about now. Man, I should probably start calculating at some point. Knight c3 was a mistake. Now I have to go back. Standard user got a very extremely unorthodox style. Self-taught. Okay, he got caught in a kind of opening trap. But he has a sense to not create any weaknesses in his position. But the loss of control of the center is hard to come back from. But I underestimated him a little bit here, to be fair. Now his queen is on the verge. The verge is the verge. The verge is the word. That's a weird queen trap. Connect 4. No. Look how he didn't create any pawn weaknesses in his position. That's notable. All these pawns are back. His only mistake was loss of control of the center. And white dominates the center here, you could see. Been my main focus, really, recent years, times, reevaluating. I've been really reevaluating, thinking a lot about how important control of the center is. We always knew that control of the center was important, but I'm seeing it more clearly after teaching chess for many years. Seems like it's maybe the most underrated chess principle. And well, your style is like defensive survival, I would say. Oh, I did that. I just lost a pawn. That was good. I also have this. You know, I don't want to get my Q skewered. Yeah, I just completely dropped a pawn. Don't know what got into me there. I thought that everything was protected. I'm dropping another pawn now. No problem. Standard user is more like, you have 3 check games. Self-taught player, good at defense and tactics. and quick. But I really messed up with that pawn blunder. But I like that black doesn't create weaknesses in his position. You got to give him credit for that. In the back rank, my f6 hasn't landed yet. That's probably not a good idea. Man, I don't think that's a good idea. This f6 pawn is legendary. You should play f6 at some point, probably. If he wants to activate his pieces. You have a strange style. Amazingly hard. It's been amazingly hard to make progress here. Very counterintuitive. 1900. Mostly blitz. You're coordinating your pieces really well. I don't know how I break through. I'm going to need to play h4 at some point. I certainly made life difficult for myself. You have only a bishop and a knight. You have a bishop, knight, and pawn for the queen. It's hardly anything. Oh my god. It's getting worse. Jesus. How can it be so difficult to get into black's position? It's unbelievable. You're ahead on time. You have only a bishop and a knight and a pawn. Some amazing defense for 2000. Standard user agreement. Jesus, dude. Do you know what that means? That game? That means that you get bad positions on a regular basis, and you've learned to defend bad positions really well. It means that you need to improve your opening play, but getting bad positions can be good for you in the long run. It's taught you to become a good defender, you know. Now it's time to not get bad positions on a regular basis, you know. You develop like strong defensive ability. Yeah, but I mean, this is the worst move on the board. Pawn takes e5. I played this opening with black. That's no way I play pawn takes pawn. If I take on e5, I trade my strong point on d4. It doesn't help me. Strong players know that. Flash, aha. Yeah, because I can often play myself with black, similar in games. Fix your PC issues and get it running like new again. No. Jesus Christ, dude. How much of a scam is antivirus software? Seriously. Next, F3. Oh, it's your turn. Well, a lot of good players were trained not to learn openings, like Karpov and Alexei Dreyev, Kamsky, by their trainers, like voluntarily didn't want to teach them openings to make them develop the other skills. It's like when you're blind and you know your hearing and your touch, your other senses are stronger. You play with a disadvantage of not knowing the openings. It made you better at certain things, but now it's time to get beyond that, you know. There's no sense in playing at a disadvantage in the opening. This is a very strange move, knight f d7. That's a new one. Black's supposed to castle or play e6, typically. This is not a good square. Knight doesn't have anywhere to go from here. Now f5. Risky for black. Black is in a lot of trouble. So this is one way to skin the proverbial cat. What I call this is the people under the stairs. They live under the stairs. They can't get out. This is the stairs right here. And all these people are like living. There was this Wes Craven movie in the 80s or something where there's some monster people that live underneath the stairs. somebody's house, some weird house, and I think I saw it in the 80s. But the spatial ramifications of this are huge. These pieces can't get to the other side of the board, so black is lost. Oh, Harry Potter. Okay. Yeah, forgot about that. A later version of People Under the Stairs is getting brutalized. All right, next. Did I start playing chess as a youngster? Oh man, I'm gonna kill this thing. It's this antivirus. Not exactly. No, no. I mean, I learned chess at the age of 12. I started playing chess at age 12, but I knew how the pieces moved. My aunt had bought a chess set for me around age 8, and given it to me like a toy store box chess set, very standard kind of chess set. But I never really learned the rules beyond how the pieces moved. So I knew how all the different pieces moved. We worked on that. I had learned that, but I didn't understand the rules. And no one in my family played chess. So I played chess like it was checkers. We would play checkers with the chess pieces in elementary school. Like I literally played checkers with the chess pieces until age 12. When my best friend, one of my best friends taught me because his dad taught him, and he started beating his dad, needed a new victim. So when did I know I was good at chess? Well, I'm not really sure. This guy is not moving. Good is relative, right? No, I mean, I was a late bloomer chess player, but I was top. I managed to get to like top 50 in my age group, in the United States or something in high school, which is pretty good. So say I was like in the top 50 in the under 16 category, but not, I was like 40 out of top 50. I would say 40th in the top 50, or I don't know, not like top. And I never played in scholastic tournaments. But I got to master at age 18, national master. And then I got much more serious and into it. Well, I was always seriously into it. I mean, but I really kept going with it. Interviews. I've had this game even in a tournament game once. This position. Not very good for white. Yeah, no, I mean, the problem with it isn't that you're old. This makes me feel better about my age too, but my firm belief is that the problem isn't our age, but our commitments, People are always like, I'm too old to be good at chess. That's not the point. It's not that you're too old to become a master. The question is, do you have the time to devote? Yeah. Costs a lot of money too. Well, yeah, if you're like Hans, the Hans method. Hans like pretends he's not wealthy, but he obviously had a lot of backing. He was like a world traveler during COVID. I mean, the dude sort of pretends he's not rich, but Hans had way more money than most chess players. And the truth is that it's always been a game where wealthy people have an advantage. I think Morphy started that trend. All right. Draw offer. The problem is that White doesn't know how much worse he is here. White is almost lost strategically. Close to lost. He offered to draw, like legitimately thinking he's okay here. So I'm not insulted. I should seriously consider taking this knight on c3 and damage his pawn structure. I love my bishop. It's kind of a tough call. This may or may not be a mistake. Matches. I used to play blitz matches in the old days. Actually, I'm supposed to meet a friend of mine who's a grandmaster from Spain today, and so he's from Mexico, but he challenged me to a blitz match, but he can't play today because he has to go. We haven't met in like 25 years. I used to play long sequences of games with single players and enjoy that, but not so much. Not so much today. This is kind of a cheap shot here. He saw it. He saw it. I was threatening bishop g4. It's not the only point, though. I want to go here, take away the f7 square, anchor this, and now white is lost, I think. We're going to see another example of a player who defends like a genius, perhaps. That's not the best move. He had better. Yeah, but yeah, the bullet isn't so good. Blitz is better. Thoughtful blitz, not like mind-numbing blitz. I never liked 3-0. It's basically just bullet. If you want to get better, including blitz in your, look at Kramnik. I don't love Kramnik, but I respect his game. Kramnik just had this like blitz match with a Spanish player, whoever that guy is, Jastram or whatever. That's constructive. You can play 3+2 or 5-0 blitz, and the games can be very constructive. But faster than that, I think, is a waste of time, truly. And Magnus Carlsen is a world champion because he played a lot of bullet chess. He compartmentalizes well. Hikaru isn't a top 5 player because he played a lot of bullet chess. He studied really hard. He has extensive tournament practice. He happens to be a blitz specialist. What's up, chess lover? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go in like 20 minutes. I had this really bad acid indigestion. I ate like hot peppers yesterday. Oh, don't eat hot peppers. Do not eat hot peppers, is my recommendation. Hope I find cheaper produce. I'm not worried. Just need to go to the right place. We have markets here for such things. I was a fool to buy my vegetable in the Hungarian supermarket, the state sponsored supermarket. No, I don't want to give up the A file. Let's do this. G5. Still, it's not easy to finish white off. I don't have a passed pawn. Yeah, that's funny though, Super Rookie. I don't know. You know, it's an interesting question about Hikaru and the playing for the World Championship thing. It may well be that Hikaru's Achilles heel is his greatest strength. You know, his like Blitz and bullet. Greatest strength and greatest weakness at the same time. So bishop c4 takes, check. I have 5 pawns against 2. Well, dude had a chance to play for the World Championship, but he had to beat Lukash with white in the last round. But I mean, he made a very strange choice of opening there. Something. Or the whole variation, I don't understand. I don't know. I think he's probably conflicted about what his goal is exactly. No, I mean, I thought that his streaming was a big mistake, focusing on streaming. And I've always said that. But he wanted to make money. You know, you can't do everything. I wanted to be good at poker and chess, and now I'm like mediocre at both. We lost all the pawns. Now it's over. Three connected past pawns. I was thinking like how weird it must have been for like Hikaru's stepfather, thinking like, oh, he was so close to qualifying for the World Championship and then misses it. You can't blame him though. Lukash is playing really well. I like he said good game before it's over. He's not resigning, but he said good game. It's like trying to get me to stalemate. No stalemates today. I'm surprised that Hikaru got as far as he did with all the streaming as well. You know, I didn't really pay close attention in the beginning of his rise, meteoric rise. Well, I always thought like, well, nobody liked Hikaru when he was a kid. He was extremely obnoxious, and he actually mellowed out a bit. You know, but I think then he went through another phase. Like he was a horrible kid, and then he went through another phase where he kind of mellowed out a bit, and then his ego got big again. So I guess he probably got worse again. You know, there was a time when I actually used to chat with him and stuff years ago on the chess server occasionally. Very brief period where I would even like say, "Hey, what's up?" But very long time ago, before his meteoric rise. I never had any personal issue with him, except once we played in a Blitz tournament where he was like literally like banging the pieces and like hammering the clock because I was low on time, and it was pretty sloppy and bad. I mean, he flagged me with king, and he flagged me with king against king and queen when I was like a few moves away from mating him. He was just kind of like doing the whole like knocking with the pieces, playing like a madman, like slamming and hammering the clock like a madman. It was pretty bad. I think I think that people with a sense of, I don't know, decency would have like resigned. So I flagged with like two moves from mate. The dude has had anything but like a normal life. I mean, chess prodigies. I don't normally play e5 here. In the past, I've played this position, and I've always played queen c7, I guess, but it's been a long time. So I decided to try e5. But I'm not really into the gossip thing. My point was I never had any personal problem with Hikaru, even though a lot of other people do and did. He had been trending toward getting better until he got really good. But my thought was, if we're going to gossip about Hikaru, if you think about it, like think about why like Gotham Chess became a successful streamer. It's only because of Hikaru. You know, that's the only reason that Gotham Chess is a successful streamer. He kissed Hikaru's ass for years. Because honestly, I don't think, Hikaru could deal with his ego was too big to partner with someone good, you know. Oh no, I mean, yeah, super rookie. I agree with you. Um, of course, but David Navarra is like autistic or something. He's on the spectrum. I mean, he's not an average person, you know. yeah, I like him. I like his style too, but he's not a typical person. Um, yeah, I guess when you have autism or whatever, ego isn't really much a factor. Um, but I felt like Hikaru only worked with with Gotham chess because his ego's too big to collaborate with someone really good. So basically, Gotham chess was the best player who would be willing to like kiss Hikaru's ass constantly. Yeah, Ivanchuk is probably autistic as well. So you don't see a lot of ego with autistic people. Um, yeah, I don't like I like to have a little bit of ego, but I don't like overtly egotistical people. I can't stand I can't stand Gotham chess. Yeah, that's true. Fabiano is a good example. Fabiano seems really kind of mentally balanced, more emotionally mentally balanced. He's quiet. He's never done anything controversial. It's very respectful. But I guess it's the way you're raised. You know, Fabiano was raised well to behave in a respectful way and not be an egotist. You know, look at Hikaru. I mean, his dad has emotional problems, and he's his stepdad, whatever. He has terrible emotional problems. He used to cry at the board when he lost. I mean, I never thought Hikaru had a chance to be successful because of Sunil. You know, I literally thought that would play such a big handicap that he would have no chance. You know, how do you have your biggest role model is a crybaby who has tantrums when he loses? You know, how are you going to become number two, number three in the world? That's unbelievable that he overcame that. You know, having that example of Sunil as his sort of a lot of sports stars, including me. My biggest enemy is myself as well. I mean, that's true with a lot of people for different reasons. Anyway, guys, it was great bantering with you all. I have to go pretty soon. Michael Jordan also cried after losses. Could be the sign of, yeah. I didn't realize Jordan cried. Well, I mean, okay, it's not just crying, you know. The dude would have tantrums where he like threw the pieces, knocked over all the pieces, scattered the board, you know, more aggressive sort of behaviors, and totally irrational. Like he could be losing most of the game and still have like a tantrum after losing. But what was shocking to me was that how a child of a guy like that could be successful is unbelievable. You know, I thought, well, Hikaru is a great blitz player, but he'll never be a top 10. I would have said. I played Hikaru in the tournament where he made his final GM Norm in 2004. You know, the only time I ever lost to him, it was a very close game. One of his last games he had to win. I would have told you, okay, he's going to be a very strong grandmaster, but I never would have thought he would have been top 10. And he proved me wrong. Maybe, I mean, there's a lot of very bad sports that have been successful. John McEnroe, tennis, the worst, most unsportsmanlike tennis player I ever saw. Just behaving like an absolute baby, you know. Djokovic behaves like a baby too, but not as extreme, obviously. But then we always get ego and we become big babies. Djokovic is obviously reasonable, but he's still kind of a pampered baby. Nick Kyrgios is really bad. Yeah. No, he's the worst of the modern crew. But I would imagine that that type of behavior has been there all along since his youth. And he just sort of managed despite it. Yeah, hyper competitive is one thing. You can be hyper competitive and not be like, behaving like a baby. A lot of people just get angry with themselves. I get more angry with myself when I lose or make mistakes. It's not like I take it out on other people. You don't have to take it out on the spectators or other players. You can just take it out on yourself. Keep it inside, or just like, smash your hand on the wall when you go home. But once in a while I've lost my temper at the board. Guys, one last game. I'm gonna play our subscriber here, Nefidov. One of our longtime friends and subscribers. Last game for today, I gotta go. Nefidov, if you're not here, you're not here. I totally admit that I've lost my temper and done unsportsmanlike stuff, but it happens from time to time. I mostly take it out on myself. Once I couldn't win a rook up position and lost, and I was like angry and disrespectful to my opponent after the game. Um, but for the most part, I'm pretty sportsmanlike. I pride myself on trying to be sportsmanlike. Attempted sportsmanship. Nefidov is really tough. I've been known for attempted sportsmanship, but everybody's emotions, will tend to get high, strained in competitive situations. What's this early exchange on c3, Nefidov? Is that a thing? What's one of the main openings that helped you gain rating when you're a low-rated FIDE player? Well, I was never a low-rated FIDE player. I'm at nearly my lowest rating ever right now. 23. I never had a low FIDE rating. No, I started at 2330. I dropped down My lowest FIDE rating ever was 2275, something like that. 2285, I don't remember. If I go under 2300, just put me out to pasture. But let's say not FIDE, but when I was a US rated player, lower rated US rated player, before I had a FIDE rating, yeah, we didn't used to have a lot of FIDE tournaments. And so I played thousand games, or I don't know, not 1,000, but I probably played 500, hundreds of rated games before I had my first FIDE rating. At least hundreds of rated games. The minimum used to be 2,200, and it was 2,000 for women. Ready, bam. Women could be 2,000 to higher, to 2,200 and above, and men had to be at least 2,200. So if you went under 2,200, you went off the list. For men's, it was 2,200, where you didn't get a rating. But anyways, I played the English a lot, which was probably not the greatest idea. Oh, I didn't have a classical approach to the openings. So I was self-taught. The USCF keeps emailing me to I verify your identity. Yeah, that sounds weird, man. Maybe they've got some people feigning. Some scammers are pretending to be from the USCF or something. I just simply don't join the USCF, so they can't email me or have a reason to. I lived in Hungary, so I don't have to be a member of the USCF anymore. That's a new one. The Hungarian Chess Federation is almost as bad as USCF. I did play in 2 US championships. 2 times. Yeah, I qualified twice in 2001 and 2002. The first time, actually, I think both times I scored 50% in a strong field, but first time was better than the second time. I played a stronger field. My first time playing the US Championship, I had I played 7 GMs or something like that in 9 rounds. But the sad part was I lost the last round against another IN. That was terrible. The second time I played, I also think I had 50%, but I played a weaker field. That was my peak, really, 2000, 2002, 2002, 2001, 2003. This guy is unbelievably good. I don't know. Yeah, that sounds suspicious. Juice Box Reserve. I would lock that. I don't like the U.S. Chess Federation, but I also don't support suing them, like some people. That's another story. Um, I forgot. It's just brutally good. The only chance to beat him is on time. And he's actually pretty quick, too. But okay, I don't normally play the Scotch. I don't know what got into me. Sometimes I just do random stuff for no apparent reason. No one knows why I played. What did I play? 4 nights? Yeah, I mean, frankly, I just get tired of repertoires. Like, I could have always played the Schliemann. It drives me nuts, you know. He only has one opening and he plays it really well. And it's just frustrating to play against him. So I just retired from playing against the Schliemann now. But maybe we have something here. I just try to avoid his main opening. But honestly, like the Scotch 4 nights is nothing for white. USCF, I don't want to be a member. You know, I don't want to pay to be a member of that. They stole my rating points because of Fabiano's dad. Fabiano's dad figured out this system to jack up Fabiano's rating, USCF rating. No, sorry. How was it? Yeah, to jack up. How did they do this now? Yeah, something about jacking up Fabiano's rating years ago. So they created this totally arbitrary policy where they would, because Fabiano's dad lobbied for it, they would rate foreign tournaments that were FIDE rated USCF. So I'm talking about, like, I play a tournament in Hungary where I'm the only person in the tournament who has a USCF rating. That's going to affect my USCF rating. And I was like losing points, and they're treating the ratings like they're equivalent and shit. You know, it's totally bogus. I must have lost like 50 rating points for my USCF rating. I'm like 2,400 now. It's just totally unfair. Super Rookie, like a video, like with real evidence, because people like to make a lot of claims about that kind of stuff with nothing to back it up. There's, look, I just don't subscribe to watching videos in general. I think we should try to avoid that if possible. Yeah, but I mean, these are subjective things. This player is angry because he lost. I mean, who knows if it's based on reality or not, you know. There always been a lot of, dude, I live in Hungary, and I can tell you right now, there's just as many fixed tournaments in the United States as there is in Eastern Europe. It's soccer moms are organizing tournaments in their backyards for the little kids in California. I mean, the whole Eastern Europe thing is overrated. I like the soccer mom tournaments in Orange County or whatever. Now it's so easy. It's just too easy to make tournaments in general. Everything's a FIDE rated tournament now. It's unbelievable. Nefyodov. Just don't believe anything you see in the video. I was just saying earlier in the stream, we should stop watching YouTube videos and read like novels instead. So much fake information out there. How in the world would you know what to believe and what not to believe? But like Hungary always got a bad rap. I've seen very few fixed tournaments. Really, no fixed tournaments, but I have seen like on occasion a rigged game, but that happens everywhere, you know. I've heard of tournaments just being on paper, not here, in another country. They would literally had made up tournaments on paper where people like didn't even like play, and then somebody found out about it, like they had used their name in the tournament and they hadn't played in like 10 years or something. This has happened. A lot of times people have bad results and they'll make accusations that aren't really based on fact. This happened to me once in Ketchkamet. American player who shall not be named filed a complaint to FIDE after the event. Nothing fishy happened there, but he had a bad result, so he filed like a complaint to FIDE, but they found him. They didn't find enough evidence to support his claims. Anyway, I gotta go. I will see you guys Sunday for Sunday Simul. Sunday Simul 6:30. Sunday Simul 6:30 CE ST. Central European Summertime. We host a Simul for 2025 players. I'll see you guys there. Bye bye.